Hey guys, it's Miss Michelle coming to talk about tough times this morning or today or this afternoon, whenever you're watching this video. We're going to go to Jeremiah 29 verses 11 to 13, and I'll be reading from the easy to read version. I say this because I know the plans that I have for you. This message is from the Lord. I have good plans for you. I don't plan to hurt you. I plan to give you hope and a good future. Then you will call my name. You will come to me and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will search for me, and when you search for me with all your heart, you will find me. The fact is, tough times will come. They will come. Everybody endures them. Everybody goes through them. Whether it's somebody you love that passes away, or somebody you love moves away, financial problems hit the family, or mom and dad maybe are struggling, maybe there's divorce, maybe there's a separation, maybe you have to switch schools, maybe you feel like your teachers don't like you, you don't have any friends. I mean, we all go through tough times. But sometimes it's about how we face them. Do we see God as our genie? Well, God, I'm going to pray and you're going to make everything perfect. So I pray today, oh, bam, it didn't happen, so I don't believe. Or maybe he doesn't love me, or whatever the situation is. Or do we see that God loves us and that he has a divine plan for us? And that plan is that he has purpose for our lives. He didn't create us for us to live lackluster life. Half-par lives. My sister and I were talking this week, and she said, you know what? Even when things are happening that you don't like or seems tough, you were made for this. You were made for this season. God has a divine plan for your life. So he didn't create you for you to fall. He didn't create for you to feel so overwhelmed by those tough times that there's no hope. There is hope. And he walks with us through those times. We all have to understand that God is with us, even during those tough times. They are overwhelming. Sometimes they seem unfair. Sometimes they seem unnecessary. But even during those tough times, he is breathing new life into us. When we go through those tough seasons, we come out stronger, we come out wiser. We have a testimony that we can share with somebody else, that they can be encouraged and motivated. Sometimes those tough times and the way we want them to work out isn't the way that they do. But that doesn't mean that God isn't there. It doesn't mean that God didn't carry you through. Doesn't mean that when you were in those valley times, those dark moments, those moments where you're like, oh goodness, I can't do this. I don't want to go to school tomorrow. I don't know if I can make it, that he's not there. He really is there. And sometimes we just have to quiet ourselves and remember Jeremiah 29, that he has a plan for us. And even though in the moment that plan doesn't seem real, doesn't seem that you'll get there, but you will. You just have to hold on. You have to surround yourself with people who are going to speak life into you. When I'm having a rough day, I call my big sister because I know she's not going to just wallow in self-pity with me. She may, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I'm going through that, or I went through that. But she's always going to say something that is scripturally based. She's going to encourage me with the word. She's going to encourage me to remember when God did this for us, or when God did that for so-and-so. She's not going to let me just stay in my self-pity mode. She's going to remind me who God is. So we need to surround ourselves with people who are going to help us remember who God is during those tough times. And we need to remember who God is, because we don't always have the opportunity to call someone or find someone who can speak it into us. We have to know. So we have to surround ourselves with scriptures or with songs or whatever it is that's going to help us remember who God is. Because in the end, he loved us so much that he sent Jesus, and so much that he reminds us throughout his word that he has a purpose for our lives, that he has a destiny for us, and that he has a plan that supersedes anything that we can imagine. Sometimes we think that we're like this big, and God has this much in store for us. So if you're going through a tough time, just remember, you don't walk alone. He's walking with you. He's carrying you, and he's going to see you through this tough time. It is just a tough time. It's just a rough path, a tough season, but this season is not your life. Your season is not your destiny. It's just this season. So you be encouraged. Love you, and have a great day.